Jason was here yesterday and this morning. We spent a ton of time trying to get the clutch bleed. Couldn't. Put a new master cylinder in it. Thing bled great. Checked it. Everything moves forward and backward. Good to go. Ran it. Bled the cooling system out completely. That took a while. While it was running, we noticed there was a little oil drip on the ground, and the valve cover gasket, the brand new valve cover gasket, is actually leaking. You can see it's a little damp right there. Oh, it's still warm. So we got to do that, but what I'm going to do is I'm waiting for this thing to finish bleeding some fluids. We're gonna fire it back up. I'm gonna drive it back and forth in the driveway to make sure that the transmission's working good, that's going into gear, the clutch is working. And then we're gonna back it onto the dyno, and we're gonna do some light pulls. No full throttle, no full power, no full boost. Just run it through to see if we have any other issues outside of that oil leak. Because if that's the only leak that we have, that valve cover is gonna take 10 minutes to do. We'll replace that valve cover, put all the rest of the boost clamps on, and then this thing is ready to go driving. So I can let Jason take it. I gotta finish hooking up the sensors, which we passed through all the wiring. So it's all in there. That's a quick, 25-minute, maybe an hour thing to do, which we can crank out pretty quick. But it's pretty much there. We have the other catch can to put in, but again, that's not going to affect the end. We'll take it for, quick rip or do dyno stuff. We don't have any crazy blow-by coming out, so, that's good. And we are going to do a compression test on it in a minute, actually. That needs to be the next thing that gets done. All right, 300ZX, or do we gonna call it the 350ZX? Is that what we were gonna call it?
We're calling it the, yes, 350Z31.
Okay, 350Z31.
The retro, obviously, age that we're involved in nowadays, so we get to call whatever we want.
Right. All right, car's strapped down. Jason, while I've been working on a juke engine job, did the catch can, which needs to be tightened up still. We had a valve cover leak. We took care of that. The system should be fully bled, but we just want to make sure. We're not doing any power pulls today. What we're going to do is we're just going to get it under load. That way we can see if we develop any leaks, if there's any weird noises, because it's a lot easier to fix it here than if it breaks down in the street. So no full power, just some quarter throttle, half throttle, rev it up because it's still breaking in. The clutch is brand new, so we don't want to go straight into the full power. We're not doing a race car break-in on this one. So let's see how that goes. Fast this thing starts. All right. Car's already warmed up a bit. I'm not going to film a lot of this just because I need to concentrate, but when I start doing like a little bit more, I'll get back on.
What are we getting out of that?
So 23% throttle. It was still making a pound of boost at 23% throttle, and I revved it out to about 4,600. But when I first started revving on it, so when I first pushed the throttle down, which is that light blue line, the boost went to 6 pounds at 3,400 at 30% throttle. Because I let the throttle off because I heard the boost was really spooling up. but it revved out to 4,500 and the air fuel ratio looks good. So thinking I wire up those sensors and then this thing is gonna be ready for some driving on the street.
Like to hear that.
Alright, so it's the next day. I just finished wiring up all of the additional sensors we added to the engine, getting ready to test them. But before I do that, we need to wire up the body control stuff so this car can actually get driven on the street. And that involves installing this guy right here, which is going to be its own video. I'm actually setting up right now to film a product video because we are now officially sellers of the VO switch system, which we run in our drag car, this car, and a couple of the cars we've built. It's a great system, doing a whole video on it. So again, got to just wire that up. So basically we're going to be wiring it up for the windows, the radio, the blower for the heat, because yes, this car is still going to have heat, which it has to considering how cold out it is. So I'm waiting for my heater to shut off so that it's a little quieter in here. Gonna film a quick video on that and then we'll do the installation. That's gonna be its own separate video so that it can be used for people to reference for, you know, if they install this system on their car. So that's gonna be where this video is going to end off. And in the next video, this should be on the road.
Like and subscribe.